¿Qué pasó? 106.
You're not serious.
106. What's up, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
WNBA Finals Game 2 was today. We'll be discussing that. Some NIL legislation was presented.
Yeah.
Huh? Like under the radar?
Yeah, and then they have like a snitching thing. I don't know if he's. They want people to snitch. They want. It's a snitching policy, a snitching hotline.
A snitch hotline. Okay, well, we'll be discussing that today with NIL.
That's kind of crazy.
Some culture, Comic-Con stuff.
I've never been, but
I haven't been either, but my stepdad is a big comic.
Is he going?
He wants to go at some point.
I feel like it would be great for him to go and then report back.
At some point, we might go as a family, everybody dress up in a costume and go.
That'll be fun.
What else? Telfar and Timbaland did a drop.
They did. See, I didn't see it either. So
yeah, I gotta show you. I think the boots is fire.
I mean, Telfar. Oh,
they know what they're doing.
They know what.
Yeah.
Hey, so, Spin Doc.
We got a lot of stuff for y'all.
Yo, Spin Doc's already on time, man.
That's a fact. Yes, that's a fact.
No, but you ain't wrong.
That's a fact. Yeah, y'all, what's up? It's episode 106. The 21 Titles Weekly Recap. Let's get some social media stuff out the way. If you are on Twitter, aka X, please follow us. Again, we're running the campaign. When we get to 1K, apparently I'm supposed to be doing a freestyle.
Yo, didn't I send you something like somebody else did it? It is what it is pod.
Yes. Yep.
And it's like it was right on par. Because we just talked about that. But yeah, you wanna do a couple bars. Get the people going.
Do a couple bars. So yes, we need y'all help. If you're on Twitter, please follow us. Again, we're here to showcase and talk about the business of sports. And in addition to that, we speak about women's sports. Me and Chantee, if you are new here, yes, thank you, Spin Doc. 106 in Park, that's fire. We are former student athletes. Chantee played Division II. I played Division I. So I think it's fair to say that we have an expanded perspective on collegiate sports, right? So as former collegiate athletes, we are here to expand the visibility of women's sports with a very heavy focus on women's basketball. Secondly, we're here to connect the community to business of sport on the collegiate and professional level. So again, we'll be highlighting some NIL stuff today. We have, some updates with Kathy and Nafisa and the drama and the debacle that's going on there. And then we kind of wrap it up with some culture. Today, we unfortunately do not have anything about technology, but, we usually highlight those things. So come along the journey with us for episode 106. Okay, starting with the WNBA Finals.
Yeah. I feel like the season went by like super fast. We've had great games from the semis, and now we're in the finals. We got Phoenix versus Las Vegas. Game 1, the Aces won 89-86. The starters for Phoenix Makani, Copper, AT, Satu, Natasha Mack, which I feel like they mirrored the same lineup today. And then the starters for Las Vegas was Asia, Melissa, Chelsea, Jackie, and KB. I don't know if we should start with you saying your predictions for the series. I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I have Phoenix in 7.
Phoenix in 7.
Yeah.
They could have took this game.
Look, I feel like game 1 was the game for them to win.
Absolutely.
They led most of that game and kind of just faltered within the last couple minutes. Um,
Literally.
literally, AT missed those 2 free throws. Those 2 free throws were very crucial, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because they were down by 1. And if she made those 2 free throws, they're up by 1.
One.
Okay?
Yeah.
But instead, it didn't go that way. She missed the 2, and then they came down and I believe hit a shot.
Yeah.
And we go back up.
Kalia
So
though. Phoenix. All right. So let's just get into like real specifics.
mhm.
I want to say that Phoenix shot well from the floor in the first game. They shot 47% from the floor. Overall, they shot 31 for 66. From the three, they shot 14 for 36. So they shot 38, almost 39% from the field at the three. And Kalia Copper, that first half was on fire. I mean, she had 19 first half points.
Right.
She was on timing. Who else was on time in the first half? I also want to say Nalissa Smith. I mean, she's been struggling with being in foul trouble all season. And the same thing happened yesterday. Like she picked up 2 quick fouls within like the first 3 minutes of the game. So
Right.
she was done. Like after the first, like in the first quarter. Um, I want to also shout out Satu Sabali, at least in the first half. I feel like she was being aggressive going to the basket. She was getting a lot of paint touches and drawing a lot of fouls early in the first. Um, and the Mercury was getting just good paint touches very early in the game, which resulted in them being able to kick out the ball to Kalia Copper and hit the three. Like they was getting in the paint rather easily, but it's also not kind of shocking because the Aces been struggling with defense all season.
Right.
Um, and they didn't let up on Friday. Like the defense was poor on behalf of the Aces. So coming out the first quarter, the Mercury did have a 10-2 lead at one point in the first. Also want to give a shout out to Jewel Lloyd because she was a great spark off the bench.
Right.
Great spark off the bench. She had 8 points in the first. And it should be noted that she was only averaging 7 points in the playoffs, and she had 13 first half points. You want to talk a little bit about first half, I guess, before we talk a little bit about the second half, or just any takeaways?
I mean, I just liked how fast paced the game was. It just seemed like the when you get to the finals, the yes, Ka is definitely in Mamba mode right now. When you get to this high level of play, like I'm really just concentrating on who's taking care of the ball. I feel like the Vegas Aces have done a pretty good job taking care of the ball in this series, like from where they've been. Because like in the beginning of the season, we talked about the Aces with their defense and how their defense was just, in the beginning, like really bad. Really bad. Everything. Rotations, pick and roll action, it in transition, they were bad. But you see that they picking it up. I think the Aces might have had 7 turnovers in the first game. Maybe I gotta check the box score, but they've been
They had 12.
okay.
They had 12.
They had 12. Okay, maybe that
Today
was the
they had
first.
11. Cause like, yeah,
Okay.
today they had 11.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, I think 10 or less is a good you know, calcu I guess standard or baseline if you want to say 10. So them staying within that range is pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. But
Um,
they should have won the first game.
they should have. And like, I thought Kai was gonna continue like her shooting and
Yeah,
I mean, the intensity was still there in the second half. It's just the shooting
it did.
she scored one bucket coming out of the like in the beginning of the third, and then we did not see Kalia hit another shot after that. So she was held to 21 points overall. But then you had Dana Evans,
Yeah,
who I feel like a lot of people have been saying she's been, and we have seen her be like a great spark off the bench for the Aces, and that's exactly what she did on Friday. I mean, she came in and immediately made a play in the first quarter with a nice dime in the paint. And then in the second quarter, like she just continued. I mean, from the three, let's see what Dana did. She shot 5 for 6 from the three.
yeah,
5 for 6 for the three. She finished with 21 points, 4 steals, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. And I really feel like she got in a great offensive rhythm really because of her defense. I mean, she comes in and wants to play both sides of of the court. So I think it just translated well on offense for her. And then back to Jewel Lloyd, like of course we know like Jewel's been struggling. She's been struggling, but she looked like she was finding her footing, specifically in the first game. Um, she played well. How much she ended up with? She had 18 points, 4 rebounds, shot 8 for 16 from the field. She was looking a little like herself. I will say that.
right.
This is when game one up. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, yes, their bench outscored Phoenix's bench for sure. Um, yes. I'm still kind of shocked Phoenix lost that game.
I'll say the same.
Like,
But I mean, I think that's just like postseason play. Because like remember last year when when the Liberty and Minnesota were in the finals, and game one, Minnesota, we'll probably say Minnesota was down most of the game. Liberty was up most of the game, and the Minnesota Lynx came back in the last probably 3 minutes of the game, and took game one. So like, this is why it's professional sports, because at any moment a team can, put their foot on the gas and kind of make the comeback. I mean, the Mercury have made already a pretty few crazy comebacks in this playoff. So like, game 2 when they beat Minnesota at Minnesota, they came back from a 14-point deficit, I believe. And I think that's where the momentum of the series shifted to, when Sammy Wickham hit the 3 and they went to overtime.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that broke the camel's back. That broke Minnesota right there when they got that win on the road. So yeah, it's Phoenix. Y'all could have stole home court advantage. They could have.
Mm-hmm.
It was this close. So
Yeah.
man.
Also, want to again give a shout out to Dana Evans because she became the first player in finals history to make 5 threes and 4 steals in a game. So shouts to her. And I guess we could talk a little bit about game 2 today. Game 2 happened at 3 p.m. Aces, they did it again. They got the win again. But, this time I feel like there was just you could tell, I'm just going to say it. You could tell, like, come the fourth quarter, like, well, at least the top of the fourth, Phoenix just looked out of it. Like, as if they gave up, because in the third quarter, the Aces ran away with it. I'm jumping ahead, but the Aces ran away with it in the third. But anyway, the Aces won today 91-78. Kalia Copper had 23 points and shot 3 for 8 from the three. Not as well as she did the first game. And then you had Satu Sabali. She ended with 22 points, 9 rebounds, shot 2 for 9 from the three, 7 for 19 from the field. Alyssa Smith, she had 10 points. She was in foul trouble today. She had 10 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, 6 rebounds. But overall for Phoenix, they shot almost 18% from the 3-point line in comparison to the first game, in which they shot almost 39%. Like, the difference is crazy. So they was kind of living and dying by the three today. For the Aces, the big three showed up.
Yeah.
The big three they showed up today. So Asia Wilson, she had 28 points, 14 rebounds. But Jackie Young in the third.
Blacking.
Lights out, nigga. Yeah. That's what it was, lights out. Like,
yeah.
Yes, it was a masterclass with Chelsea Gray. I see what you did there, Spendot, but I love it. But it really was like dime after dime in the third. It was really just her. It wasn't just her, but there was a point in time where it was just her and Asia just feeding off of each other. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, Jackie, she had 21 points in the third quarter alone. She was smoking them.
Yeah, I think that they said that Asia and Jackie scored 62 combined, and this was the second highest duo points by a duo in the WNBA finals. I think,
which is crazy.
I think the highest is 65 with Brianna and Drew Lloyd. Brianna Stewart and Drew Lloyd when they played at Seattle together.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, yes, combined 62 points. That'll do it.
It's gonna do it. Like I said, come the third, it was pretty much over. But I will say, I want to give a shout out to Las Vegas, because their defense looked a lot better today in comparison to game 1.
Right.
A lot better. They buckled down, they stepped up, and decided to guard today, and it showed. Kalia definitely still came out smoking hot in the first quarter. She had 11 starting out. And like I mentioned, Alyssa Thomas was in foul trouble. So she ended the second quarter with 3 fouls. Let me look at the turnovers. So Phoenix had 11 turnovers. Vegas had 13 turnovers.
Yeah.
But Vegas just started running away in the third. They tried to cut the lead in the fourth, which they did. I think they got it down to about 13-14 at one point. And then towards the end of the game, like 3 minutes left, I think they got it down to like 12 or something like that. So, I mean, how do you feel now? Phoenix, the next game, they will be in Phoenix. It will be game 3. It is the best out of 7. Yes, Las Vegas was playing in Hall of Fame mode in game 2 while Phoenix was right. That's exactly what happened. I wasn't expecting Phoenix to come out that way. I mean, well, for things to end this way for Phoenix today.
Right.
But what can you do when all like Vegas was to Spendoc's point was clicking on all cylinders? What can you do? There's nothing you could do. I think it was in the second quarter. Asia was on fire.
Yeah. It's
Step back, shot
like
to the right, step back, paint like in the paint. Like when they're clicking, they are clicking. It's hard to guard all three of those players.
not
So
facts. I mean, that's why the first game was so important because like they kind of just blew this game out the water today. And the series doesn't start until the visiting team wins on the road. Okay. Um, I think Phoenix defends home territory, but if the Aces still won on the road, I think the series might be over. Like I got Phoenix in 7, but if the Aces win on the road, I might have to bend and be like, nah, they might take it all. Like
yeah,
Asia trying to get number 3.
finna
Like
get three.
she trying to get number 3. Like she already got her 4th MVP. Ain't that crazy? The girl is 29 in the 29th year of the WNBA. 4th MVP.
Yeah, it's more dangerous that fans need to stop Grace Passer.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say Asia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Asia, but it's hard. She's just hard to guard. I mean, I feel like we said this on like a previous episode or somewhere else, but like shooting one leg up, an elbow all the way up here, and she's already tall. She's just hard to guard. You try to defend it, you're gonna foul. She always keeps the ball up top.
High
Whether
pot.
she's getting a rebound, she's shooting, she's looking to pass. It's just she's hard to guard. If you really try to, you're gonna foul. So I
Hmm.
think that what's more dangerous is Asia's mid range. Like you really cannot guard that.
Yeah, I'll probably say the same because like um Chelsea Grace, sometimes the passing ain't on that day. So like, but Asia's mid range,
She's rarely missing.
right, right, right. So like, I'm gonna say Asia's
Yeah.
mid range, which is just exquisite to
It
to say
really is.
to say the least. Post players, y'all better be studying Asia because girl is getting better every year. Like it's like we are like literally watching her morph into the greatest player of all time. Like I'm gonna say it right now. Like she is like we're watching it. Just like how
Hmm.
people have watched LeBron, like we've watched LeBron evolve over time. We're watching Asia Wilson like morph into her next Pokemon stage, whatever that is. like,
Unlocking new powers and shit.
like
Like
unlocking new things. Like,
characteristics, because she's
whoo.
just hard to guard. It's
Yeah.
footwork, the
Hmm.
footwork, the footwork. Um, but yeah, nah, it's hard to guard Asia. Spendog said, and how can Phoenix unlock Bond and she's amazing as fast enough?
Duana Bonnet just need her confidence back, really. It just seems like she's in a confidence funk. And I don't know why. She has probably one of the most supportive systems around her to keep shooting the
Mm-hmm.
ball. And she gotta get going early. Like she got to see the ball go in the hoop early for her to regain that confidence. So maybe Nate Tibbetts runs a few sets for her early the
Mm-hmm.
next game, like when she came off the bench today, right?
Yeah.
She's coming off the bench, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if she can come off the bench and just give them like you know quick layup, transition bucket, if she can just see the ball get into the hoop a little faster than what has been happening, and then I think they unlock that. I think she'll show up for game 3 though.
Yeah, I think so too. She had 4 points today. Game one, she had 10.
Yeah, she's not gonna have 4 points in game 3.
She's not.
She'll have at least 10. And Sammy Whitcomb today, she didn't look the same. So
No.
I'm thinking that little knee incident on Friday,
I'm
uh,
glad it wasn't nothing.
probably is probably affecting her because she out here. She 37. Okay,
Yeah.
she 37.
When that joint hyperextended, I said,
Right.
"Oh,
Nalissa Smith fell right into her leg, and it looked
yeah,
like it was a little hyperextension. So
yeah,
it take a couple of days to recover from that, and it's nice that they got an extra day to kind of rest. The
yes."
next game 3 will be on Wednesday, so yeah. If y'all watching the WNBA finals, let us know how y'all feeling. Who y'all got winning the whole thing? Let us know. Okay.
All right, moving on. Jesus, you want to get into it? It was
Some heat.
a lengthy week with Kathy being dragged through the mud. Um,
Drag through
so
fire.
yeah, yeah, Phee. Shouts to I think it was Her Soul or something like that. Feel Her Soul on Instagram, who put the
Mm-hmm.
Nas Ether beat behind Fee's exit interview.
Right.
Brilliant. Because you know what? Phee, right.
Yes.
Nah, Phee, that was a masterclass.
Yeah.
Cleaned her up.
If y'all haven't seen our
Yeah.
recap
Cleaned
photo,
her up.
okay? Eat
Professionally too.
right.
Professionally. Um, And so yeah, Fee put everybody on notice as to like essentially what Kathy has been saying behind the scenes to players. Like we already well, a lot of us didn't care for Kathy for a long time. But like,
Right.
with the CBA negotiations happening and stuff like that, more stuff was coming out, specifically how she felt like the players didn't know nothing about business. They not business savvy. They don't know what they talking about. Like that was also alleged. Like she's been
Mm-hmm.
out of pocket. Yeah, facts. Um but Kathy, yeah, she's been on timing. And so essentially, Fee, like she said in the exit interview, she had enough. Like she had enough, the players had enough. Um What are your thoughts about? Let's take this little by little. What are your thoughts about Fee's exit interview?
Look, I thought, look, we ain't getting no pushback from any other WNBA player. We got all, this is, yes, thank you, Fee. We got all positive feedback from what Fee did. Okay. I think I even got a Natasha Cloud tweet bookmarked. Hold on. I think I got one bookmark. I'm gonna say it for y'all right now because this is true. It's true. What did she say? There's a reason all players are backing Phee. That's what she tweeted. Okay. I think it was brilliant because she basically professionally called out Kathy. Because sometimes when you having conversations in private, they really don't want to budge.
But
They don't
that's
want to
crazy,
budge.
Brittany.
They don't want to budge. So
I'm gonna put you on front because it's the audacity. First of all, how dare you come to me as a current player and talk to me like you're talking to me? Like, nah, like for real. That's bugged out. That
yeah,
you feel comfortable enough coming and talk, and then today, because I ain't been on Twitter like that this
right.
week. I no. I seen today people were like, I'm jumping ahead, but people was like, "Oh, Fee's wrong for turning down the meeting." Kathy, are y'all crazy? How many times y'all gonna let somebody drag out through the mud? These players show up every day, sacrificing their bodies to entertain, to do something that they love too, without getting paid the money they need to get paid, without the proper conditions, aka the practice facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Health insurance sucks. Y'all don't even want to put these players on charter flights.
Right.
Why? And not to mention, we don't even know what else was being said behind the scenes. This is just one piece of the puzzle
Right.
that Phee decided to share. And it was magnificent that she brought in Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and then can't even think right now. But the fact that she mentioned those players in the speech, brilliant. Brilliant.
Right.
I'm gonna pull, yeah, brilliant. But like it's out of control. We don't know what Kathy has been saying behind the scenes. The fact that she feels comfortable saying those things is ridiculous to me. But I shouldn't be shocked because it's very similar to professional or corporate settings. And you
Right.
know what I'm talking about, Brittany,
Right.
without us even corporate settings.
Mm-hmm.
Who your boss is, who your boss looks like.
Right.
It's the audacity. She wasn't expecting anybody to say anything.
Right.
She thought everybody was going to remain calm and cool
No.
while being passive aggressive too, because it's passive aggressive. It's passive aggressive behavior because then the response to Fee's exit interview
Right.
was nasty. And I want to
Right. Like
right.
CBA. Let's remind y'all that the CBA ends at the end of this month. It expires on October 31st.
They can extend it,
They can
like
extend it,
the negotiations.
right? But like, are
But
we
yeah,
getting to a place where this is? I don't think we're there at all. I don't think we're there because Kathy
definitely
also
not.
kept Euro stepping to that question when they was asking her at the presser too. Okay, right.
Exactly. And that's what it is. Um, so yeah, then Kat, I'm also looking at Jody's comments. She said, and Phee gave what sounded like direct quotes, which means I wonder if she has a recording or video. That would be crazy, right? You can really take it to the top.
Right.
Kathy is to rehearse like her robotic message they play before every Liberty game. She thought she was safe after the Stud Buds appearance during All-Star weekend. Yeah, like
She
that's
was
a
safe.
fact. But Kathy's statement is nasty. Um, Specifically, I want to say it's the last. Hold on, it's the last sentence. I want to read it. Hold on. I gotta find it. Like that sentence. What is it? Hold on, y'all.
Is it the one that
Oh
says,
yeah, sorry. I am disheartened by how Nafisa characterized our conversations in league leadership. That's the passive aggressiveness I'm talking about. That
okay,
is disgusting. And even when our perspectives differ, my commitment my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver. What perspectives? Phee ain't talk about a perspective. Phee, she didn't bring up any perspective. She gave she said what she heard. It's not even a perspective. She said what she heard.
right?
And she's speaking on behalf of other players that feel the same way. That last sentence is just very passive aggressive. And it's disgusting. Obviously, it demonstrates a lack of accountability. Um, what are your thoughts on her response?
I mean, what somebody on the story said, Chat GPT.
Yeah, because we asked people on Instagram what they thought about Kathy's response.
I mean, it just felt like she had one of her PR people kind of come up with a statement like this doesn't feel authentic, to say the least. It just feels rushed, and like I got to get something out there to stop the social media inaccuracies that she said, right, at the
Yeah, in
press
the press
conference.
con. I'm like, oh my
Inaccuracies.
gosh.
But yeah, I don't think Kathy. I think Kathy's out of here when CBA's done. I
I don't know.
I don't know. She said that she's willing to get through the fire. She don't run from anything rocky. But I don't think she's the person to lead them into the most important phase. No, I don't. Can she? Maybe, but I don't think she's the person. Like, you already see the dissatisfaction with the vice president of the WNBPA. She threw you under the bus because you was throwing them under the bus behind the scenes. So, I mean, I don't know. I would like to see somebody else be at the forefront of the league.
Do you think that it should see? Here's the thing. What I will say about the league, like, and what we talk about is in regards to like the coaches, the coaching changes. They're only giving coaches
Right,
max maybe 3 to 4 years, maybe outside of a Cheryl Reeve
right, right.
who's been there for forever. Everybody else is
Yeah.
on a you
Mm-hmm.
know on a short
Short leash.
leash. And so like my
Mhm.
thing is sometimes I think it's ill advised. I think that there's not enough intention behind like the decision making when it comes to
Right.
that. But I'm just wondering if not we, but like the public opinion is doing the same thing. Now, granted, we all don't like. I can't say all. A lot of us do not care for Kathy and her decision making throughout the course of her tenure as commissioner. Um, but do we think that she needs to go immediately after the season?
You know,
And that's the like that's
right. I get that. Like, I never want to get called for nobody's job because that's their livelihood, right? Like, this is her
oh
livelihood.
I'm not even thinking about that. I mean, no disrespect. I'm thinking about like just the transition because I would think. I mean, granted, I've never been a commissioner. I like
Right, right.
the new person would have to like who would vet that new person.
Right.
Are they like?
Mm-hmm.
So that transition would be, I think, really well. Granted, we are walking into a lockout, so they may have more time than ever before to actually vet somebody to fill her seat. But
Mm-hmm. No,
if in fact she leaves, I hope they just do a good job in vetting the next. That's all I'm saying.
right, right,
Vet
right,
the next
right.
person properly.
No, I think you brought up a good point because I feel like how many commissioners have we had in the WNBA? I don't know. I think that's something I gotta look up. But coming into a commissioner role, I would think that you would have to be like, brought up, like just like how Adam Silver has an assistant commissioner. I forget the guy's name, but who is that to Kathy? Because there needs to be someone also like in training to kind of, succeed her if she is going to be, if she is going to leave at some point. But yeah, the transition, that'll probably be something.
Oh well.
I don't think we
Okay.
should just oust and put somebody in that position because it probably is like something. Just like when you transition in real life, like it takes you a little bit before you understand the protocols, procedures, and things at your job, like, and understand what your role is. So like, yeah, I mean, she is too. She is also bidding for the owners. I seen Spindock say that. So that's probably why. Um, this is this is gonna take a little bit.
It's
This
gonna be
CPA gonna take a
interesting.
little bit because the owners ultimately have to agree to to what they proposing. So they gotta come to I guess, right, a consensus on these things.
I don't. Yeah, I would think so. Jody's like they could figure it out though. Yeah, they could. Jody's like get her out. I don't care. What else we gotta
But
do?
y'all
I
know
mean,
the
I don't blame
owner,
her.
yeah, I know the owners trying to make the money too. So how much revenue sharing rights they gonna give up? Because they already not making money. We already know that the NBA owners are nasty.
I wish I could hear the negotiations. And that's
How
another thing, yeah, because I did see today like people was talking about Adam Silver and like the NBA's part in this. Yeah. And we talk about that a little bit on Chefs of 9450, on Beyond the 9450. Um, just about just the NBA's part in, the ownership of the W. But yeah, they just as nasty. Adam's just as nasty. They don't care about women's basketball. The state of women's basketball. Um
no.
just transitioning back, we're still on Kathy's neck. But yeah, like you mentioned earlier, before game one of the finals, there was a presser, and Kathy essentially responded to Fee's exit interview,
Mm-hmm.
and she starts talking about the players are at the center of what we do. We have to do better. I have to do better. Um, Again, she reminds everybody that the deadline for the CBA is October 31st, 2025. What's interesting is that she also talks about the WNBA establishing a new multi-stakeholder task force referred to as State of the Game Committee. And that committee is being created to address concerns about officiating and player safety, incorporating voices from players, coaches, general managers, and other stakeholders to ensure the officiating platform evolves with the league's growth. Um, Obviously, that's kind of like trying to get ahead of everybody, like talking about the poor officiating we've been seeing not only just this year but the past. I mean, the refs have been terrible, right? So like that's them saying, hey, we heard y'all,
We're
we
addressing
trying to fix it,
it.
right? So I thought that was very interesting. um there was some questions about like wanting updates about the Connecticut sale and the tribe. There's been no decisions made as of yet, she said. And I also want to point out that Kathy clearly stated during that presser that the comments and the statements that Nafisa said that she actually said was false. She was like, it's not true. She said that. She said it's not true. She also said, I have a family. I too have a family. My kids heard what was said. They were heartbroken to hear that I possibly said these things. And she's saying that's not what she said. She also lets everyone know that she did have a call scheduled, either a call or a meeting scheduled with Phee that was allegedly supposed to happen this week. And then we got word, I feel like the next day or that day. Yeah. The next day, Phee was like, Phee was like,
yeah,
we're canceling the meeting. Because she's had enough. And there's people saying that she is saying that that Kathy pretty much pushed the relationship beyond repair. And like I said, for those that are saying that Fee's tripping, and then I saw people today talking about there's a conflict of interest, which again we talked about on Beyond the 9450, and that Phee should still meet with her. How many times you want to be taken advantage of? How many times do you want these players to get disrespected? You know what I mean? They are in the, and granted, yes, I seen somebody else talking about Unrivaled. Yes, I think all of those things are possible, right? Unrivaled is rolling out. They're doing a great job. They got more partners this year. They just snagged Xfinity. They just release content because they're doing stuff in Philly this year, which is fire. All the momentum is on the side of Unrivaled. So it was, again, yes, genius of Nafisa to also kind of weave that into her exit interview. Do I think that is why, like that she weaved it in for like without really thinking about like the growth of the WNBA or like the future of the players? No. Do I think that she's more focused on Unrivaled? No. I think that she is being a leader. Like, she's a part of the WNBPA team. Like, she's on the board. That's what she's supposed to do.
Right.
So no, I think that people that are saying that, I don't agree. I strongly disagree. And we'll have to see how this ends up, but it's looking like we are headed towards a lockout. I think Unrivaled can come up beautifully if they do it right.
Yeah. I mean, I like this whole one day in Philly. Get a chance to see two games. And they said that they had aspirations to go on the road too when they first came out anyway. So like I think all these things are calculated. Like, she's not doing this without consulting her team, consulting everybody that's around her. So I mean, Phee wants what's best for everybody else. That's why nobody else is like really saying that what Phee did was wrong. Nobody's saying nothing. Everybody's just like, yeah, thank you, Phee. Essentially, they don't even have to say it out loud. They're just saying it. Like, the CBA, this is gonna be one of the most monumental CBAs for them. So this is like, we're not playing games.
And I don't want them to let up.
Right.
Obviously it's easy for us to say that because we don't play. That's not like our main source of like money. But I hope they really do stand on business.
Yeah, but
because all the momentum is on, like, just
right.
Stay
Look,
at it.
if
Like,
I'm a WNBA player right now, I'm they need to give us what we want. And if y'all not giving us what we want, we not playing. Like, y'all better buckle up for the ride. That's all we can say is buckle up for the ride because it's gonna be rocky. It's gonna be a
it is. But
rocky
it's
ride.
gonna, yeah, I'm excited to see because
Yeah,
it's like you said, it is gonna be monumental. Hi, Mama Flag. She said Phee said what everyone was thinking. That's a fact. She did. Um,
and there you go. That was perfectly put. Right.
she did. So, shouts to Phee.
Yeah.
That was very courageous of her to do. Um, and we'll have to see how things truly end up. I'm very excited. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that. I'm very excited to see how these CBA negotiations end. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
From like a money standpoint, benefits standpoint, of course the money, but like everything else, like yeah, nah. I'm excited to see how this goes and what information we get out of that. So we'll keep y'all posted. Not dancing like that. All right. um, we did just talk about I said Xfinity, Unrivaled, but yeah, Xfinity actually joined forces with Unrivaled this year. This is the first time Xfinity is actually stepping into any. Oh, this is funny. That's funny. Speaking of Halloween, that's crazy. We didn't talk about
We
Halloween.
forgot about that as soon as we got on. We said we would. That's crazy.
Jody said without Kathy. Jody is not playing with Kathy. I like it. I like it. I love it. No, nobody.
Jody bringing the heat.
She's like, they'll figure it out with her. Like, I'm not worried about the transition. They'll be all right. She's not wrong. But well, we'll get back to Halloween. But that was good. That was good, Spendot. It's gonna be
Right.
a trick. That's what it's gonna be.
Tricking.
But yeah, no, Xfinity, this is their first time actually teaming up with women's sports, which I thought was interesting.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, it's a multi-year agreement with Unrivaled, becoming the player-founded basketball league's official internet, mobile, and entertainment partner. For Xfinity, the partnership is positioned around deepening the fan experience. Plans include behind-the-scenes content driven by players, interactive challenges such as the free throw face-off. Oh, okay, fire! And exclusive discounts for Xfinity customers. In-arena activations like FanFest events and commemorative ticket programs are also part of the package. I think
Yeah.
Xfinity is also rolling out like their own phone service and stuff like that. So I think that this was smart. Arrival just continues to grow their partner list, which is going. That's what I'm saying. Like it would be really crazy if this lockout goes for mad long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what if Unrivaled expands? Like, right, obviously, right now we know it's 3-on-3. They only in season 2, year 2, so it would be like a big jump for them to like expand out further, really
Yeah.
fast. But like, I feel like they're probably preparing for that, preparing for that being a possibility.
I can see that.
We don't know how long it's gonna take.
We don't know. And telling the ladies right now, they better stash their money.
Yeah, that too.
Um, because it's definitely looking like that. Huh. But yeah, Unrivaled is going to continue to expand. This is another like um, powerful partnership that they've gotten. Um, and I mean, out the gate, Unrivaled has like fired out the gate, like, just filling the gaps where the WNBA has kind of had setbacks. They're
Mm-hmm.
doing all the things that we feel the WNBA should have or should be doing right now. Like with how they've, garnered so many partnerships from, Wayfair, the furniture, the, just everything. Player marketing, BTS, like behind the scenes, like showing us these are all the things that the WNBA fans crave. So like they are filling a void, and I think they're going to continue to get better at doing that. Remember, Unrivaled's facility is a content house. It's a content house too. So they're gonna be doing a lot of things there. I'm pretty sure. A lot of filming is gonna be get done. We're gonna see a lot of stuff. So I'm just excited to see how they continue to expand. Very much looking forward to how we can get to Philadelphia for Unrivaled, because
Mm-hmm.
would really love to be there for that day for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. I think that's what we have for business and sports news / WNBA news. Make
Yeah.
sure that you are following us on all social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube.
Everywhere.
Um, everywhere. Make sure that you follow us, and thanks for tapping in with us. Um, she said, or Miami, Mama Flag. Yeah, or Miami. Or
Yeah.
Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but moving on to NIL news, there are new rules when it comes to a new NIL bill. I feel like we've talked about this before. Um, we've talked about the SAFE Act, and so Democratic senators actually on Monday introduced the SAFE Act, and essentially, the SAFE Act is here to kind of, how like in the beginning of us doing these weekly recaps, we used to be like, NIL is the Wild Wild West. We used to say that all the time because it
Mm-hmm.
was. It was like, and it still is, right? To a certain extent, it still is. Um, and so, Democratic senators are trying to just get some type of structure in place. And some of the provisions of the SAFE Act include provide federal NIL rights, replacing patchwork state by state laws. Because before this SAFE Act was introduced, each state kind of handled NIL differently. So
Mm-hmm.
you would have had to look at state law. So now they're looking to get something that's just essentially like a federal law. So it's just an overall rule. Under the SAFE Act, also, they're trying to establish health and safety standards for heat exertion, brain injury, asthma. This was big, and provide 5 years of post eligibility medical coverage for sports related injuries.
Mm.
That's important.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
I love that. 5 years after, um, that's important. There's also provisions that talk about protecting scholarships, a 10-year guarantee. Um, Another provision states that it wants to provide NIL contracts that outline what athletes must do under the contract and how much they'll be paid. require agents cap their fees at 5% and to register with the state, which is something I feel like Brittany and I covered a while back, but they want to push for that. They will also, under the Safe Act, they want to allow students to transfer twice without having to sit out for a year. Students can transfer without having to sit out for a year if their sport is cut or reduced. That's important also because right now there's no limit as to how many times student athletes can transfer. To give you more context, when Brittany and I were in college and we hooped, if you transferred, you had to sit out a year. You had the red shirt, a year. But yeah, right now, as it stands, like student athletes are leaving however and whenever they want. I think having 2 transfers is fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah,
And
I think so too. People get in the way ahead of themselves with 3, 4 transferring. So 2, yeah. Unless it's a crazy situation, that's an exception. Then maybe 3. But
right,
yes, 2 will do.
that's a
Okay,
bar.
2
2 will
will.
do.
2 will do.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you don't find a better situation after the second thing, then really are you gonna find something after the third situation?
And then administratively, how much like every school got to keep up
Right, with the
with the
record.
amount of credits you get.
Are are
Are
your
they
credits transferring?
transferring
Like,
over? I don't
are
know.
they? Because sometimes they don't. Right? Like,
Does it matter now?
I mean, it
Because
matters to
that's
the
what it
people
feels like.
who want to get a degree.
It feels
Like,
like the paperwork be wrong. Because how are you keeping track of all that?
yeah, where is the paperwork from transfer? You gotta have your transcripts. You gotta have release forms. There's a lot going on, so I don't know how that works at this point. Somebody should let us know. Tell us what the intricacies and the details are. How are y'all collecting the data to keep up with the student athletes? Like
That's the information.
that's a real question. How are y'all keeping up with this data and their information if they college hopping like Jaquan? You know? So I'm very curious to know. I'm laughing, but I'm serious.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, they want to put a limit on the amount of times they can transfer. Also, D1 athletes have to report endorsement contracts over $600 to their schools. There's also another section of the proposed bill that says that an athlete can get drafted and go back to college as long as they don't receive compensation from the pro league and declare their intention to return to school no later than 7 days after the draft. I think that's fair too. I feel like we saw that with Bronny James. So they want that. There's another section, and this is really important because when we first started talking about
Come
when
on.
we first started talking about NIL 3-4 years ago, student athletes that are here in the US on visas, they were not able to participate in any NIL earnings. Like,
Yeah.
Zach Edey is an example. Purdue.
What's her name? Last Tier Poa. That was
Yeah.
LSU.
Yeah.
I remember she was talking
Wasn't
about
it Leah
that.
Boston also at one point? Because I'm making that up.
She
I have to look that. I'll look into that. But I feel like I read some. I don't know. They named a few players that, and they talked about their visa status. But nonetheless, there was a few players. It's not even a few. There was a lot of players that were not able to take advantage of NIL.
Right, because of their international status.
Right.
I
So
mean,
now,
wasn't Aaliyah Edwards at some point,
that's
right?
what I meant. Excuse
Aaliyah
me. I said I
Edwards.
love Aaliyah Edwards, but
Because
yeah,
she's Canadian. Yep.
yes.
Yep.
So it was a few players that were not able to take advantage of that, and now they want to change that. So it won't mess up their status, which
Yeah.
is important, especially right now. Um, so they're proposing that, and they're also proposing a section that talks about just the privacy protections of NIL contracts, like to ensure they are not disclosed without the athlete's consent and subject to federal or state open records. Um, I didn't say Camilla, but yeah, Jody said Camilla. She's on that list too, for sure.
Yep.
It's a lot of student. It is, and thank you for mentioning Camilla. It's a lot of them that were not able to
Participate.
make money because they didn't want it to mess up their status. So I think this is like a big win. If in fact this moves forward.
Right.
So yeah, that's the update right now when it comes to NIL. I think this could be big. So we just wanted to put that on y'all radar. The news gonna see a point for WNBA owners and league leadership. Players are getting paid in a rival, so why do we have to give up as much equity to pay salary? Yeah, they may try to. I'm sure it's part of the CPA negotiations,
Right.
without a doubt. Without a doubt. But then it goes back to it kind of like what Brittany and I kind of covered on Beyond the 9450. Like, if this is like a league that's in competition with the W, is it trying to take the spot of the W? When, I think I could speak for Brittany too. We feel like it's more so just an additive. It's not here to replace. So, and it's not for the same period of time. It's not during the season like the W. So it's kind of hard. Like, it's also on the flip side of that, it's kind of hard to like make that argument too. But I'm sure that that's being brought up in CBA negotiations.
Yeah.
Yeah, private equity.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Private equity. The snitch line. There's a snitch line happening.
Yeah.
There's a snitch line. So the College Sports Commission, which runs NIL Go, which is where like student athletes have to kind of report any deals that they get that's over $600. They have to go through that portal. It's called NIL Go. But allegedly, the College Sports Commission, they only have like 4 or 5 employees. So like there's a bunch of like deals in the portal and they're taking too long like to get processed. And because they're like it's not enough employees and student athletes and like agents, not agents, but student athletes are getting fed up. You got people going against the rules and still moving forward with these deals. And so now what's happening is like, yeah, the College Sports Commission set up a snitch line.
Yo.
And they're essentially hoping that the industry police themselves.
Right. So can I do this anonymously?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I'm not giving up my name.
I think it's silly. No, wait. First of all, yes. Let's address what you just said. Like, of course, I wouldn't give out my name either. So I could be the whistleblower of the group?
Right.
I don't say that, man. First of all, y'all crazy. College Sports Commission, y'all shouldn't have started unless y'all had enough power. people power. That's number one. That's sick. Secondly, you talk about you hope that the industry partially polices itself. Then we going back to square one.
Right.
What? Why would what? Here's a snitch line.
We need a snitch line.
That's crazy.
We need y'all to go off of a honesty system. Yeah, all right.
What are you talking about? Like,
Right. NIL nada.
nada. Because what? Like, huh? You want people to come on?
No.
Let's be for real. It's been the Wild Wild West. Now you asking me to like, this is your job.
Right.
And people, yeah, they getting impatient. So yeah, like they're back there. The amount of deals that have to be processed. It didn't say a number in there, but they made sure to communicate that it's a large amount, and that there's only like 4 Look, it says NIL Go only has 4 full-time employees to manually scrutinize every deal.
What?
It's unclear how the College Sports Commission would be able to uncover rules violations among schools, collectives, or other NIL entities. Because how are you going to be able to monitor that with 4 full-time employees?
They, you know how like the airplane lines, they fill up the plane.
Yeah.
And sell too many tickets, and then when we get here, and they be like, "Oh, we don't have your seat now because we sold your ticket already." Like, this is what this is. Like, y'all are grossly underprepared. Like, y'all underprepared. 4 people. So they probably using AI. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all using AI?
I don't know. That's good.
Y'all using AI to help y'all?
That's good.
Sift through.
Maybe.
Because they probably have some type of AI software that they were like, we're going to use this AI software also along with you 4 to get it done.
And if not, we just gave y'all the idea.
Right.
Because it's like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a snitch line. Just want to put that out there. Moving on. The private capital. I didn't read this. Listen, we talked about private equity. Oh, they got Doge and yeah, it's crazy. Private equity. Listen, these schools is trying to get this money.
Because they don't want to happen with what happened with the Pac-10.
Right.
Pac-12.
They trying to keep it alive. They trying to keep their conference
Right. Like
alive.
we need a plan in place right now so that we don't have to think about this for the next decade. Because this is too much.
Right. And that's exactly what this is for. Yeah, a 10-year extension of the league's grant of rights, so until 2046. This private capital deal would infuse at least $2 billion into the school. Into its schools and league. Apparently this has been discussed for months. And
this is the first of many.
Yeah.
If y'all don't believe that the other power conferences are having conversations behind closed doors about potentially bringing in private capital to help fuel
after the House settlement,
resources and funds for the next 10 years, then y'all are not paying attention. I mean, we brought this trend to light probably a few months ago when we were talking about Mark Lazary wanting to purchase college teams and entrepreneurs wanting to come in and purchase actual collegiate teams. When we were talking about who was it? Howard that was giving up
Yeah,
equity,
they were thinking about it.
thinking about giving up equity.
Mm-hmm.
So like these are these things are coming to a potential head at the moment, like an apex right now. So this is probably going to be one of many deals. I can see the ACC doing this. I can see the other big conferences.
And I'm gonna say, even it's gonna have to happen, even probably on a smaller scale with the smaller college, like
For sure, for sure,
because they may not make it, right?
for sure,
Like they
for sure.
gotta produce revenue. They gotta meet.
Or they're going to opt out. I believe there's been a few colleges that have opt out of, like I seen St. Peter's, I believe, opted out because
Oh,
they,
really?
yeah, I gotta find that article. But if you can't come up with the funds to directly pay your student athletes, you you either gonna opt out or you're gonna run down on somebody to give
That's
some
what's
money.
happening right now. Yeah, and that's essentially what is happening. It says the setup being discussed is that this will essentially be the formation of a new commercial entity within the Big Ten that would house all revenue generation, such as media rights, sponsorships, and league revenue streams. The private capital company would get money back through the new entity through annual distribution in proportion to its financial state. The Big Ten will essentially have 20 equity shares
Mm.
comprising the 18 schools, the league, and this investor. So it's very interesting where we are at with with college
Look,
sports.
that's just now the equity shares. Those are units. Those are units. We just like you have the unit system for the March Madness. Now we got equity system for
Which is crazy.
revenue sharing. We here. We here.
If I
Which
think
is
of me,
which is kind of just a foreshadow to telling you like if this is happening where they're discussing private equity deal, then what use is there for the NCAA? We calling our own shots at this point. What do we need a governing body for? Like,
good question. Very interesting.
right?
No private standards
That's
line or
a very
willing
good
respect
question.
to have the same sports
That's
operation.
a very good
They're
question.
saying right now, no. They're saying like that
They
will right
always say
currently
no.
remains with the conference.
Yeah,
They're
right.
just focused on the business, but
Nah. At
as
some
this
point,
continues to
mhm,
grow,
yeah, they gonna bend at some point.
they
It's
gonna
gonna,
end up.
yeah. hmm
Yeah,
They saying no
that's
right
a good
now,
question.
but it may be a yes later.
Yeah,
Okay, that is subject to change.
sounds good now for schools because they get money now, but just Phee entity will be right. Yeah, because they got the expertise. They gonna get this. They gonna get the money. They want
They are.
all the intellectual property they may market
hmm
out there and utilize and bring some funds in and yeah, media rights. So they going the private equity group going they're gonna do. I'm interested to see how they do
Yeah, we
and
gonna
report
see.
on it because then that's we gonna really see how they end up, how much revenue they really brought in. But yeah, the Big Ten. I'm with you, Brittany. I think the other conferences will be following suit. Other schools not in the Power Five may
hmm
need to look into other ways too because they, like you said, they may not make it. Like they got to bring in
Yeah,
bread. So I don't know.
they gonna have to get innovative, like the Middle Tennessee general manager.
Shouts to Middle Tennessee. Yeah, cut and
Look,
call. We don't
right,
need all these damn jerseys. We
right.
don't need all these helmets. We gonna cut costs.
Look, that's
That's the way.
look at the books. Look at the
Look at
book.
the
Where we
books.
spending the money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
And that's why we're also investors, because you got to look at the book.
Yes.
Do you know how to read a balance sheet? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you break down a company and see if they're doing good or not? Do they have money on the
Right.
books? Are you reading the 6Ks and 10Ks? It's yeah,
It's gonna be. It's very interesting that we're here, like
right,
in college sports. So yeah, shouts to Spin Doc too for bringing that to our attention this past week.
right.
But it is interesting, very very interesting. Um, moving on. Yeah, we don't have any tech news this week. Um, but culture news. I want to jump to Telfar and Timbaland because I actually want to see what
I'm
it
gonna
look
go to
like.
their website. Hold on,
Okay.
so I can show y'all the
So
actual
Telfar be having some dope collaborations
all the
and
time.
all the time. Um, let me see.
Yeah, I'll just put this up. Hold on, let me share my
Mm-hmm.
screen.
Oh, Sora too.
How y'all feeling about these boots? I like the mid pull on boot. Obviously,
Not
it's
at all.
the tall is fire too,
They
but
going,
this right here, fire, fire.
yo,
The
Telfar
mid
does it
pull on
again.
sleeve, that's why they sold out.
They sold out? I can't
Yeah,
see.
the little the mid uh
They gonna go
classic,
off in New York.
the mid
Don't bring
classic.
those to the like a pop up in New York. They going. But yeah, no, Telfar. They do it. They again. After you told me what their about their collaboration with White Castle,
Yes. Y'all see
I
this? They
was
got
sold.
also look, okay, let's go. They got all the different types of bags now. Timbaland
Mm-hmm.
times Telfar slouchy bag. Yeah, the wheat. The wheat is just a classic color.
Yeah, anything like a shade of brown,
Like, you
it's
see
gonna get
this?
it done.
This too? This is part of the collaboration?
Let me see. Let me see.
Is this part of it too?
Oh, you mean like the jackets and stuff? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it has to be. Like, look at this. They got the
Yeah.
half like sweatpants
Jean.
jean. It's a sweat jean.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, sweat jean. Okay, sweat jean, but I'm really liking the mid pull on boot here.
I'm feeling the talls.
Feeling the tall. All right, I
I'm
mean,
feeling
look.
the talls. I'm feeling the talls.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know about the slip-on loafer joints.
Yeah, them
That's
loafers look kind of crazy.
that. Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I see somebody in those, it's gonna catch me off guard. I didn't. I don't know about those,
Those are kind of yeah. Those are kind of.
but I like
I do need some loafers, but not those. Not
not those. Yeah, Brittany, you see how I said it for you? I was like, not those.
yeah, not those.
No. Let me see. Someone's always been getting it. They
Yeah,
know how to cue on this. Yeah.
yeah, we
Yo,
really
gotta go. They gotta
right.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
They gotta get out of here. They gotta
That's,
go.
that was probably the bad.
No, but I like you said, I like the mid and the talls with the bags. I like the
Yeah,
black bag too.
yeah. Telfar, they always doing like
So
drops with just cultural like I don't know. I don't know what's like
no, they tapped in. I mean, they also was working with the Liberty,
right.
with the team foam joint. That joint was fire. I was like, yo, I need that. They just they're on a
Yes.
pulse of like the
Seafoam
culture.
Telfeezy.
That joint was fire.
Yeah, I like that.
So yeah. Spend that. I don't. Yeah, Sora. I just look real quick. It's on OpenAI. It says our latest video generation model was more physically accurate, realistic, and more controllable than prior systems. It also features synchronized dialogue and sound effects.
Oh, Sora 2 came out?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm about to let me see if I can play the video on the thing. Hold on. I didn't know that.
Well, there's our technology.
Shouts to Spenda. Let me see if I can.
Staying tapped in.
Hmm?
I said, shouts to Spin Doc for staying tapped in.
Right.
1 year ago, Sora 1 redefined what was possible with moving images. Today, we're announcing the Sora app, powered by the all-new Sora 2.
Ooh.
It's the most
That's
powerful
Avatar stuff.
engine ever built. And it's packed with new features. I'll pass it to Bill for more details.
Now every video comes with sound.
Sora 2 is also the state-of-the-art for motion, physics IQ, and body mechanics, marking a giant leap forward in realism.
And we're introducing Cameo, giving you the power to step into any world or scene and letting your friends cast you in theirs.
All right, I'm not gonna play that whole thing, but that joint look crazy. And like, I know like a while back we talked about like movie producers and production. Like, I wonder how this kind of affects them, because that joint look crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Spin Doc says it's invite only right now, of course. But
That's how they all start.
Facial and voice recognition off the rip. You will be given your likeness to OpenAI. I think it will be used. Your early adopters will be, but that's yo. What?
Yeah.
It always comes down to like
Data.
IP and data and like
We just gonna collect your data. We just gonna take it. I think we gotta be a little bit more sovereign with how we like allowing our data to.
It's done. I mean, yes, I think we should move forward. Our data everywhere being sold and all that. But that, I mean, it looks crazy. Like,
yeah, so
that looks wild. But to Spin Doc's point, yeah, make sure you're thinking about stuff before you use it.
Read the terms and conditions. That's all you got to do.
Yes.
That's what Chantee tells us all the time. Just read the terms and conditions.
Right. Jody said people need to stop using their photos to make themselves into babies and princess warriors. You just gave up your likeness and image doing that. Correct.
Yeah. Anything that's making you into a cartoon, it's
done.
Done.
They can use it.
It's done.
Yeah. I didn't look into the comics. We talked. Well, you brought it up about Comic-Con, and I saw that Mass Appeal, which is Nas joint. They're doing something at Comic-Con, which is fire.
Yes.
Yeah, called Legend Has It.
It says Mass Appeal has joined forces with Marvel for a first of its kind comic book collaboration.
Fire.
The debut issue of Legend Has It. It's a limited edition series that imagines hip hop's biggest icons as larger than life superheroes. Inspired by Legend Has It album series, the comic spotlights 7 of New York's most influential artists. Nas, DJ Premier, Ghostface Killer, Mobb Deep, Raekwon, Big L, De La Soul, and Slick Rick.
It's fire.
Blending Marvel's signature storytelling with Mass Appeal's cultural legacy, legend has it, pays tribute to the why can't I say hip hop? Jesus Christ. Hip hop's enduring influence through a bold new lens. Is written by Brandon Thomas with artwork by Sanford Green. The series fuses music. Hold on, I can't read this right here. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. It fuses music, myth, and legacy into a must-have collectible for fans of hip-hop, comics, and pop culture. The first issue features stunning art by Sanford Green. So there you have it. We have yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
They turning our hip hop legends into heroes. That's fire.
That's fire.
Superheroes.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds super cool. I've never I've never been to Comic-Con, but I want a version or a copy of the comic book.
Right. That'll probably be worth something way down the line at some point.
Yeah.
But I just like it because I want to be a collector.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nas been on an absolute tear. Absolute tear.
Yeah.
Absolute tear.
And I mean, this is what we always talk about, right? Like, Chantee is like the music kind of enthusiast, music guru. And she always talks about how, like, music is just the entry point. Like, it's the entry point or like the gateway. Just like sports is like the gateway. We use sports as a gateway to propel us to these other platforms. So like seeing Nas do it in real time, like he's hitting so many different industries. Like from the casino that he's about to build, like to him just remember when he was doing NFT drops, like he partnered, like he was doing all this stuff. Like he's taking risks. That's really what this is. We're seeing him take like major risk in real time, and that's what being an entrepreneur is, like taking calculated risks. So like Spin Doc said, shout out to Nas. Like, I mean,
he has
to
investments
me,
in so many
like,
things.
I really wish Kobe was still here because he's like that for me. Like,
right.
Just seeing Kobe evolve post basketball career, like just all the things he was doing, Mamba Academy, like coaching his daughter. You know, we already know the history with him and the investing, getting James Harden and all these other NBA players. Like he was really kind of planting the seed for these guys to kind of be like, yeah, we athletes, but we're also investors too. Like this is how we continue to push forward and become better. So yeah, that's why this is important, because we use these things as tools to propel us to different heights, man. Like I wish somebody was teaching us how to do the stock market when we was in high school. Like we talk about this all the time offline, like how we wish we had these tools and we wish they were pushing like financial literacy and professional literacy to us in school. But that's why we kind of started this platform, because it's even more a necessity now to understand personal and professional development for the student athlete. Like you can't just be talented on the court. You also have to be you know, prepared off the court now. So it's this was all our plan.
That was it. Seriously.
It's here. So
it's here. But
yeah, that's our show for today.
That was the show. Make sure if you missed it, We covered game 1 and game 2 of the finals, the WNBA finals. We also talked about Kathy and Phee and all of those things. We talked about updates with NIL. Shouts to Spendoc. We did have tech news today. Talked about Sora 2. And then we also talked culture news, where we talked a little bit about Telfar's collaboration with Timbaland. So if you missed any of that, make sure that you watch it on replay. Make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube. Yeah, yo. He definitely said, yo, I heard that. DA, I don't know if he's watching.
Yo, this is funny.
Yo, aluminum guarded. Yeah, that is sick. I heard that, but
he's not wrong.
No, but
he's not wrong.
Yo, please, send that to DA after the show.
I am.
DA's not in here. He's not in here, but thank y'all for tapping in with us. Make sure that you are following us on Twitter. We're trying to get to 1K. Yo, Jody's cracking up too. When we get to 1K, Brittany is rapping. I'm gonna do like a couple bars for y'all.
I'm attempting to rap because I don't rap. Chantee's putting me on the spot. Okay, we're gonna see what
we're gonna get it done. So make sure that you follow us on Twitter so we can reach our goal. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on all social media platforms. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in for episode 106. And we'll see y'all next time.
Yes, we'll see y'all soon.
Peace.